T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff.
And can you hear me? Let me know down below if you can hear me, because then we got 50% of this little show going. First of all, let me know, how are you lovely, sexy looking people doing? And remember, this stream is only for the sexy looking people.
This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people.
Ah, yeah. Not just, when I don't do this every day, I'm, a little rusty around the edges, as they say. But, gonna jump into it. We got a lot of things to talk about. I don't know if we're gonna get around to the news. You see, the tokenization of real world assets. And I've been speaking a bit about that. And one of the coins, one of them sexy looking coins, is Centrifuge, and in cooperation with Maker. So I would say that we are on the right track, right? But the tokenization of real world assets is set to become a multi-trillion-dollar industry by the end of the decade. Well, at least according to recent reports that we're going to go over a little bit today. You see, this is a slightly older report, but it is by Boston Consulting Group, one of the largest global consulting groups in the world. And they suggested that the tokenization of global illiquid assets could become a $16 trillion industry by 2030. Now, in case, I hope you know by now what real world assets could include, right? Equities, bonds, investment funds, of course, but other instruments like Grandma, Betty. Of course, commodities such as gold and silver, and real estate. We will also then look at some predictions from other crypto analysts and what they are saying. Now, the most recent report that came out, that was from Citibank. And they are they claiming, that's what they wrote, real world assets is a killer use case. Now, according to Citi, their latest perspectives that we actually also spoke about here, I think it was like 1 or 2 weeks ago, is that there could be a killer use case, but they wrote that there could be up to 4 trillion in tokenized digital securities and up to 5 trillion in central bank digital currencies circulating around the world. So this is, and furthermore, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, JP Morgan, all the big guys are getting in. So I wanted to dedicate this stream to real world assets, because I really think that there are a few narratives that might not have been discovered, like some meme coins on the left and some shit coins on the right. We need to establish ourselves, and we need to have patience. That's what we're going to talk about. That was a long intro, but I thought I wanted to make it useful. So let's start, and I think it goes a little something like this here. I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. In case you're new to this channel, you want to stay on top of the crypto world, but do me a favor, hit like, smash, and subscribe so that you can be notified every time we upload new videos, so that you can, and this is important to me, protect your wealth, preserve your wealth, and ultimately increase your wealth. My name is Nico Arvaci, and I'm the host of the littlest crypto channel on the interweb. And here we are. Before we say hello to the chat, the chat is everything that we are live actually means the most to me. But first things first, what is lovely, since we spoke the last time, we ended the month, we ended the week, so let's see where we are there. But first, on the 15-minute, we can see that Bitcoin is down 1.3%, but we are at 28,362. I gotta play this, right? Because, I gotta give myself, a path, a path on the back when we recognize something good. A beautiful day to look at the weekly. with, of course, the 7-day moving average. This was just another strong week that we closed above the 7-day moving average. Now, I could imagine that we're going to see some pullback. Probably we could go back to somewhere between, I don't know, 27,000 maybe. But remember, I don't think much about short-term trading. But it's always good to keep this as an indication. There we go. We all know we went down to 27,000, and currently Bitcoin is at 28,320, 20, whatever. So it looked like we didn't really go below the 27,000. We got Ethereum 1,861, down 0.6%. We got Cardano at 38 cents on the dollar. And we got those beautiful dots. We're waiting for those dots. We are really, really waiting for those dots. I hope they will come soon. I am confident, especially centrifuge. As always, we can see that they mirror each other. The correlation is strong, and yeah, that's what we want to take out of these 4 charts. So let's look here at the Bitcoin chart. So when we look at the weekly, right? I remember last time we really couldn't. It was hard to see where the 7-day moving average was. But if we go in here, we can see that we actually closed last week above the 7-day moving average. I mean, I still feel silly every time talking about the 7-day moving average. We are above it, even though the volume, that might be the only thing that is, I find a little, I mean, again, I really think this market is rigged, but I still believe that the future of finance is being built right in front of our eyes on the blockchain. So, I mean, we are holding, right? So it is always a matter of when, let's say, the people behind the curtain, or let's say institutions, or whoever you want to call it, when we are seeing the volume increasing. I mean, this little low volume here, this is just, selling back and forward. But anyway, as long as we are above, I think that's okay. So we closed last week above the 7-day moving average. This week we are a little bit below. If we, I know, I remember that comment there. This is too funny, looking at the monthly with the 7-day moving average. However, still, when we are looking at the monthly, we can see that, there we go. We can still see that we are highly above. I mean, again, it's an indication, right? I mean, it's impossible to predict the future. Timing the market is one of the most difficult things when it comes to investing. And this has been a very good indicator. Still above. I like the fact that when we go in and we look at the weekly, that when we were pulling back, we were only pulling back to the 27,000. I mean, that's how reliable this has been. Even though, remember, we are long-term investors, so, we shouldn't put too much, on this 7-day moving average and so on. But anyway, it's a good indication. I still believe we are in a bull market, going towards the third cycle. Of course, there are a little bit of problems when we are talking about the traditional financial system, but we're not going to talk about that because we spoke about that 3 days ago. So if you missed that live stream, I really advise you to go in and watch that. I know all my streams are boring, but at least there's some value that has been, it's valuable, I would say. Anyway, what we're seeing here with Ethereum, I still believe Ethereum is going to be the foundation. Is going to be the settlement layer of the future of finance. Before we go into the chat and move on with the news, let's have a quick look here in the overall market. What are we seeing here? So Bitcoin down 1, Ethereum across the board. Polygon Matic is up. It's good to see that something is going a little bit against the trend. Well, we're seeing, a little bit different. I like it. Avalanche up. A little bit Chainlink. Remember Chainlink? I'm sure, actually Chainlink number 19, a Uniswap at number 22. From my point of view, they should be further up there because they're kind of like those are a part of the infrastructure, both in DeFi and everything that comes to the Web3, especially Chainlink as being the oracle. It's going to earn a little bit basically on everything that's going to happen, because Chainlink is the oracle that is taking the data and transporting it basically onto the blockchain. What else do? Let's just want to see here. Phantom up. It's nice. Aave up. I mean, that Aave is also down. Aave. Sometimes I mistake Aave with Maker. But it is funny that Aave is further up than Maker. Anyway, we know the top quality DeFi coins that I believe everyone should hold in their portfolio. Even remember, it is not financial advice, because at the end of the day, I don't know shit about crypto. But we're seeing here Aave at number 47, and we're seeing a Maker behind at 67. I mean, I think there's so much potential with these. It's also funny to see that a Maker, that from my point of view is going to be one of the protocols of DeFi in the future, also when it comes to the CBDC, that it is, you know, number 67, right above Optimism. I mean, we love Optimism. Also, we entered there, right? We think that's got lots of potential. But I think still that a lot of these coins, they are completely, some of them overvalued and some of them completely undervalued. Synthetics, as you know, we love it. And again today, you know, getting our staking rewards every Wednesday. Every Wednesday is the last day where you can get your staking rewards. However, with Synthetics, you got to watch out. It's a little bit more difficult to stake. Not difficult, but you got to be on top of it. Let's see, do we have any? Genosis is one of those that's gonna play a big role in the future of not even DeFi, of the future financial system. Custody. CBDC. Speak too little about it. There are too many coins, too many protocols in order to always be on top of them. Anyway, that's about that. As we have limited time, let's move on. See who is here. Anybody wants to say hello? And remember, I love when you're up for a little bit chitty chatty. So who is here? Ron Jeremy, good to see you. Wall Street Bet's always good. And we got Immigrant Son. Thank you for pointing that out about not being notified. Well, you know what? I always, of course, I want to be on time and I want to stream every day. But as you heard last time with my private situation, sometimes I won't be able to stream until next Tuesday. Gotta go to France and see my kids. And then sometimes, when we're preparing these presentations, I just need those 15 minutes more. Sorry for that, but thank you. And I don't know, notifications on YouTube. I mean, what can I say? YouTube is a shit show. Egon, nice to see you. You must be new. I welcome you to this little show, the littlest crypto channel on the interweb. But thank you for coming, and I do my best to make you or guide you to become among the 1%. I mean, Betty, she can confirm. I did catapult her to among the 1%. So we got Leopoldo Gandara. I like that emoji. And we got Tony. I mean, we got some new people here. Nice to see you. Cindy. She's good morning from Australia. Can watch for 20 minutes before I leave for work. Well, and then I should hurry more. Well, I wish you a lovely working day. And once you start work and when I'm finished here, I'm going to go and have my dinner. I'm going to have some beauty sleep. That's how far away we are. Shahida, meet my soul brother. We got Vax here. Good to see you. Blockchain Bully. Good afternoon. Please, even Blockchain Bully, remind me where you are, right? Because I'm not sure. And what is friend Vex989 saying? I'm picking up small amounts, so doing great. I'm happy to hear that. I am so happy to hear that. And that is what it is about. Timing the market, understanding when we should start averaging in, and just as important, when we should start averaging out, right? I mean, because it is, I always say this, timing the market, there's not going to be, well, I mean, if we were God, I'm number one, I'm not God, right? But really finding that moment when you enter and that you buy at the lowest point and you sell at the highest. No, I still believe that I have been the channel that's been able to time the market the best, but you will still never get it 100%. So what do you say? Yeah, we're also doing here some, sharing is caring. So go please and follow the link. And next Friday, we will choose the winner. Randall McMurphy. Good Lord, long intro. Ooh, yeah, I know. But that's good Lord. Yeah, you're right. It is a long intro. But still, remember, it's we're a 3-man show here, and in order to get everything together, and we're still not a a professional broadcasting company. Bob Mango. What are you saying here? I missed the last lives. Glad I'm happy you were here, Bob. I like that name, Bob Mango. So Thomas is here. Good to see you. And Schubert Sigma, number one on chat. Good, welcome. You must also be new. I mean, we've got some new people. Inaku French, how are you doing? Always great to follow you. Always great to follow you. Knowing Ethereum, yes. And Inconu French, I know you've also been here for a long time. And yes, Ethereum. Ethereum. I mean, this is the foundation of the future of finance. I can't say that. So we got Salona Puri, also new. I mean, we got so many new people here. California, Bob Mango. I mean, I gotta go there. Okay, guys, I am happy you are here. I hope the intro was not too long, but remember, these live streams is also not only for you, they're also for me, because this is what I live for. Help and sharing is caring. Anyway, let's move on to the news, or to what I want to point out. These real world assets, and also we have 4 protocols or 4 coins that are related to real world assets. I already mentioned in the beginning that we have already entered Centrifuge, which is on Polkadot, and I believe they're going to I believe they have a great future. However, patience is a virtue. It still takes time, but it's never wrong to already get yourself a few real-world asset tokens in the right pocket, in the left pocket, and just a few in the back pocket. Okay, let's go. And don't forget, another thing that I wanted to point out, I do believe that the third cycle, next all-time high, is going to be around October 2025. Basically, previous all-time highs times 3. Not for everyone, but I think that's where we could see Bitcoin hitting somewhere between 200 and 250,000. That is where we will be averaging out. Now, that's goddamn sure. So I am gonna jump here from the presentation and into the other screen where we have, the full screen. Now, Boston Consulting Group. Now I do know that this report that came out from them I think is around 6 months old or something. But sometimes good to remind ourselves, because in today's world it's like we have the 2-second attention, right? Or let's say the last 24 hours. So we sometimes don't go just down a few months, because in the broader scheme of things don't move so quick. So Boston Consulting Group, they came out and said that they believe potentially that the tokenization of global illiquid assets estimated to be at 16 trillion, which is a huge opportunity by 2030. I will share the link in the chat in a second. So it is, so to put that 16 trillion figure in context, in 2020, the total assets under management for ETF, exchange traded funds, were 7 trillion, and the total real estate investment trusts were worth 2.5 trillion in 2021. So asset tokenization refers to using blockchains to create tokens for financial and real world assets ranging from equity, bonds and funds to art, real estate, commodities, grandma, grandpa, and even your future wife when you are tired of her. So I don't wanna spend too much time on going through this long report. I wanna share it with you. I have it. Where is it? Here, we got it here. So let me just share that with you. I mean, it's a long report, and I also have to point out that in Boston Consulting Group's report, they are not. They're actually not talking about any current protocols, especially not with tokens that are already listed. And this is a thing that we also got to be aware of. We need to be aware of that, because it can be that some of the current protocols that we are seeing now, that we refer to as valuable DeFi coins, that they might not be around, and we might see some of the major banks, such as Goldman Sachs, such as JP Morgan, such as Citi, coming out with their own protocols. But we will certainly, obviously, keep an eye on that. So we can see here, I mean, I shared it. It's a long report. It's good. They're also really going, I mean, from a legal point of view, how it could actually work from a technical point of view, how the ramifications and how the legal, how each country is also regarding the law. But I think that all these countries, just with the CBDC, they will come together and then they will find, one solution that fits all. Now, a much more recent report was from Citibank, Citigroup, right? And they actually came out with a big report. Let me then also share that here with you. I mean, I know you come here to get some information and not to go through these reports yourself, right? I mean, but nevertheless, here it is from Citi, because they are actually talking about also more sub-industries than just real-world assets. But what they point out here, Citi, and that is that blockchain technology will soon see billions of users and trillions of dollars in value. Doesn't sound bad, right? So this was last month at Citi. Last month, 3 days ago. Released this report, Money, Tokens, and Games, and it identified real-world assets tokenization as a potential killer use case. Now, they are not as optimistic as Boston Group, but they do forecast that the crypto market itself can reach between 4 trillion to 5 trillion by 2030. Now, as I just pointed out, that's a fair bit smaller than Boston Consulting Group, but it's still a very bullish sign, given the current crypto market capitalization is around 1 trillion. So that could represent an 80 times increase from the current value of real-world assets digitally enabled by blockchains. Now, it's funny, right? Because if you actually take if you take their forecast into consideration and you say, 4 to 5 trillion, I mean, and I do believe that we will see the next all-time high about, Bitcoin around 200 to 250,000. That's approximately 3 times the last all-time high that we saw, around 60 to 70,000. And if you look at where Citi forecasts that the market cap will be, it almost adds up. Who would know that I'm the secret advisor to Citi? No, so anyway, but nobody knows where we're going to be in 2025. But it's always good and that's what I'm trying to do here, to give you verification, confirmation that some of the biggest organizations in the world of finance today, they are betting big time on the blockchain. So we can also see here, this is also from Citibank, trillions of value. So almost anything of value can be tokenized, and tokenization of financial and real-world assets could be the killer use case. Blockchain needs to drive a breakthrough. So they forecast 4 trillion to 5 trillion of tokenized digital securities and 1 trillion of distributed ledger technology, trade finance volumes by 2030. Yeah, well, they are by 2030, I said 25. Anyway, we will see. But nevertheless, they are very, very optimistic. So in order to not to make this too long, I just wanted to point out some other big boys, or share with you the other big boys that are also, going in strong. So Goldman Sachs, they launched their asset tokenization platform. I think this is also, when was this from? This is from January, right? So, I mean, go in and read about Goldman Sachs. I don't find that, because there's a little bit older news, but all the big banks are there. But it's really very recent. I mean, it's not recent that JP Morgan and Bob Diamond, who just bought First Republic, I know, not Bob, but Jamie. I mean, and it's also funny, for the longest time, everybody said that Jamie Dimon, he was against Bitcoin. Yeah, but they gave him such a negative you know, put him out there like he didn't believe in the blockchain. He might not have believed so much in Bitcoin, but he sure as hell believed in Ethereum. Sure as hell. God as my witness. This is very recent, very, very recent. So JP Morgan is moving forward with its, I'm going to read this because I have some comments with this, with its push to tokenize traditional financial assets despite last year's market downturn. Now, we all know that it went down, and we also all know that JP Morgan, which is actually a founding member of the Ethereum Alliance, Ethereum Enterprise Alliance, you know, so they have been there even basically before the first, prior to the first bull or bear market, just keep building up their protocol, Quorum, right? Which is a permissioned protocol on top of Ethereum. So what are they saying? They're saying the head of JP Morgan's digital asset tokenization platform, Onyx, that the bank has already processed close to 700 billion in short-term loans on Onyx, and with more to come in the near future. They think that tokenization is a killer app for traditional finance. So Citi says it's a killer use case, and JP Morgan, they think it's a killer app for traditional finance. So if you think about, no, we don't need to read that here. So despite the optimism about the future, they said the Onyx team fell first in the effect of the crypto market. Yeah, okay, that it went down and regulatory crackdown. I can tell you that the future of finance has been planned for many, many years, and it's coming. I mean, just look, I mean, because we also know, and that's what I always try to refer to, if we look at the current global fiat monetary system, what we are very close to the end of the road. This party is over. And you know when the current fiat systems are over? That is when you reach a point when you simply are not even able to pay back the interest on the debt that you owe based on, you know, what the country takes in on GDP. So we are at that point, right? We're not far away from the United States and Europe simply not even being able to pay back the interest on what they own. And that's basically when we see a system that is based on nothing but toilet paper implode. Anyway, so they're saying here it will take a little bit of a longer term, and that's good when the big banks are, you know, they are still optimistic, but think it goes too slow because usually they got lots of time. So what do we see here? In any case, we're not valid, and that's a good thing, Jim. So Onyx, and this is what we just said here, Onyx is a permissioned version of the Ethereum blockchain created by JP Morgan for use between different banking partners. The platform has so far been mainly used to make transactions in the so-called repurchase market, a market where institutions can borrow assets for short-term financing needs. So I think this is, let's see here, we're showing enterprise, blockchain satisfies signal. Yeah, that's another thing. So in addition to having Onyx, JP Morgan is well known in crypto circles for launching its own centralized digital token known as the JP Morgan coin all the way back in 2019. Now, we've spoken a lot about Onyx here. We've spoken a lot about everything that JP Morgan has been involved with. So it's actually not new, but the news that they're also going into this tokenization is indeed new. Here we can see that they're also on CoinDesk, you can see, and that this was on 27th of April. So again, all the big banks. And who is the biggest in, you know, the biggest mirror on the wall? Who is the biggest of them all? And that is, you know, the shoes here on the right, you can see. I'm sorry. I was looking today for a pair of shoes, and god damn it, now they're popping up in all colors here. I mean, this is embarrassing. Anyway, Larry Fink from BlackRock, right? He was speaking on an event, and the CEO of BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, recently said that tokenization will be the next generation for markets. If you think of tokens as Bitcoin or pictures of chimpanzees with sunglasses on, You might well think that the man who runs the biggest asset management company with 7 trillion under management is out of limp. But if you think of tokens as digital assets that can be traded via protocols, you may well agree with me, or the one who writes this, that his view is accurate, credible, and inevitable. It may sound hyperbolic, but I'm sure that the future will be tokenized. I would also like to point out, so many times I've said, NFTs, that's a lovely thing. We all need NFTs, but we don't need NFTs of naked monkeys. Now here they are, referring to chimpanzees with sunglasses. I don't know what you want more, naked monkeys or naked monkeys with sunglasses. But I've always tried to refer to that NFTs, the future comes through tokenizations of real world assets. So, I'm not so, well spoken as Mr. Fink, even though I like that he uses the chimpanzees with sunglasses. So I guess the most important thing for all of you is which protocols, which coins are currently that we can, say that they are a part or setting up a protocol regarding real world assets. Well, from my point of view, it's still Maker, right? Maker is the number one. The number two is Centrifuge, right? And Centrifuge also has an ugly cousin on the Kusama blockchain, which is called AltAir. Now, you should go in and do your, remember, everything I say and do is not advice. We know that. And I don't know if you can even see those numbers, but Centrifuge, look at the chart here. Centrifuge is still down. I think it's like 98% from its all-time high, even though probably, the high, that was when it just launched, but you can see nothing is happening. I dare predict, well, let's put it like this. I own nothing and I'm pretty happy, but Betty, she owns a few coins, both in the right and the left and the back pocket. And I can imagine that we're gonna see a full hockey stick. You know those hockey sticks, right? You don't see it, it's just straight until we're gonna see boom, spike up. And that's gonna be a spike that's gonna take you to the moon. Now I gotta admit here, the other three tokens, I have not done any kind of research on them. I will do that, but I still wanted to point them out. Other one is Goldfinch. Let me know if you know about them, but they are also about to tokenize real world assets and taking part in this. Also down around 98%. Market cap is maybe also important. So we got Centrifuge with a market cap of 300. Now how many? I can hardly see this here. 78 million, not a lot. And there's another one, Goldfinch. Don't know much about that. Let me know if you do. If you know about it, 26 million market cap and down 98%. The other one here is True Finance with the ticker True. Also down 90-some% with a market cap of, I can't really see it, 50 million or something. Also very little. And the last one, Maker. But remember, Maker and Centrifuge, they're working together. It's basically, I wouldn't say that it's Maker supporting, but it wouldn't be able for Centrifuge to do what they do and trying to offer what they're going to offer within the Polkadot ecosystem without the partnership and the backing of Maker. So I don't know Goldfinch, I don't know True Finance, but I would say, at least this is what we are holding. Maker, that, quality over quantity. And I think the risk reward potential for Centrifuge is tasty, lovely. That's it. So, the last thing before, I just want to go to the chat, see if anybody wants to have a little quick, any questions or not. Until I go to the chat, just want to go out here with some of the coins that we have, over the past 3 months and past 5 months, where we either re-entered or bought the first time. So let's just here go in. And here we got some old slides. So the third cycle, here we go. We got in at CeeLo, and some of them are cheaper now, but you have to do your own research. At 61, I've just mentioned the ones that we got in. CeeLo, Chromia, Algorand, Synthetics, Curve, The Graph, IOTA Miota, Gala, 1inch, Filecoin, decentralized storage, Stellar, Chiliz, WeChain. Did I say Uniswap? Insurace, also big. I mean, insurance industry is obviously going to be big on the blockchain, and I think Insurace could also emerge as a market leader. Illuvium, Altair. Hey, that's the ugly cousin of Centrifuge that we also have. Even participated, we participated in the Parachain auction, as we did with Parallel Finance. Love decentralized storage, Cross Shadow, Cross Network, Origin Trail, Hilt, LivePeer, Reserve Rights, The Verge, A Star, WebAssembly. I think has a lot of potential there. Pocket Network. I like that Pocket Network. Have a few pocket in the right pocket and the left pocket. Aave, Compound, Energy Web Token, love it. Litentry, Affinity, Noodle, I don't know how to say it. Internet Computer, Arbitrum, and there are more. Simply just didn't have the time to update. But if you follow, then you know what we're talking about. Now let's see. Before we go to the chat again, remember, sharing is caring. Please participate in our little giveaway. All you gotta do is follow the link either in the chat or down below. And next Friday, then we're gonna pick the winner. And remember, since we are the littlest channel on the interweb, you got great chances of winning. And I appreciate if you participate. So that's that. So guys, yeah, smash the like. I like what Kevin is saying. And Dennis is here. And I also wanna, now when I see Dennis, I wanna thank you for also last time I was talking about private. I did see the messages in the end, both from Dennis, and I think it was also a very nice gentleman called Jack that has never written before and was sharing his story about his daughter. Now, if I'm wrong with the name, then I gotta apologize, but it was a very touching, lovely story that I think that you wrote, that your daughter turned 12 and then she came to you. I hope that will be the same. Anyway, so let's see any questions. I like that. SKS Courier Express Austria. Wie geht's dir? Gut. Schön, dass du da bist. I like laughing. I like on my TV. I like my phone too. That's good. Smash like. So we got go to guys not seeing everyone. Okay, guys, that's it. Have a nice. Thank you, Cindy, and you have a lovely day. And then okay, we got here one question. Is Polkadot dead because so many new blockchains are evolving? No, Bantu. I like your question, and I think that your question is very, very valid. But here I have to say we gotta have patience, because in the greater scheme of things, it takes time to set up a complete infrastructure or an ecosystem that will be able to cater to, as City is pointing out, billions or trillions of dollars. So we need, we need to be patient. I also understand we want more things. We want to see more things happening, right? But I can tell you that when it comes to I'm just looking here, when it comes to the amount of programming that is taking place, Polkadot is right up there among the, it usually I look in the past 30 days, and but Polkadot, they're doing a lot of things are happening in the background. I am as optimistic as I ever was on Polkadot, but I also I agree with you, we don't hear a lot. And remember, when you talk a lot about other blockchains, I mean, don't forget, if you talk about Optimism, or if you talk about Arbitrum and so on, I mean, they're basically just on top of Ethereum. And you could also, and again, Polkadot, the founder, Robinhood, Gavin Wood, right? He was also a co-founder of Ethereum. So obviously, ultimately, everything on Polkadot, everything on Kusama is going to be interoperable with Ethereum, meaning that they will, they will work together. Interoperable. I don't know how to explain that better. So it's not going to be separate ecosystems, but it's basically all going to be, you're going to be able to interact from one chain to the other when it comes to Polkadot and Ethereum. That's it. Thank you so much. In Konu French, I thank you all for being here. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Actually, the fact that you're here makes me happy and my live stream the party of the day. I will go and have dinner now. I will see you next week, next Wednesday. And God bless you and stay strong. And that's it. The motto. So just gonna find a video to put on here. This is for all the lions.
Courage, strength, leadership, bravery. Sheep follow the leader. They follow the herd. They don't know where they are going. Many times they are led to the slaughterhouse, but they keep following. They don't lead. They don't use their mind. A lion leads. It's about having the courage to stand and fight for your life, having the strength to go bravely in your own direction, even if others walk away. You tread your own path. Only you know what's best for you. Only you know what path to take. Only you know your courage, your strength, your heart. Everyone has the heart of the lion inside of them. Let it out. Let it scream out of you. Like the lion, unleash the beast in you.
Attitude is what you think, what you do, and what you feel about yourself. Attitude is everything in life. Guess why? Whether you rise or fall, everything is based upon the attitude that you showed up at that moment. Your attitude determines your altitude. Listening carefully. I've been through tough time. I've experienced it, and I want you to know that it wasn't my money that brought me this far. It was my attitude towards life. It was my attitude to keep going when the going gets tough. That is the lion attitude I'm talking about. The question is, what is your attitude towards life? What do you think of yourself as I'm talking to you now? Do you think of yourself as how God thinks of you? Or you think of yourself as how friends and family members think of you? You need the lion attitude. The attitude to take charge of your destiny. You need the lion attitude that says, I can. You need the lion attitude. The attitude that says, I will, because I'm bold enough to fight. You need the lion attitude if you are standing in for greatness. Real lions, they are hungry when the time comes for their mission. Lions are not followers. They are leaders who lead the rest of the animals. Become a lion. Be fearless. Don't talk. Walk the talk. Real lions, they demonstrate who they are. A lion does not seek respect. They command respect and authority because they know they should be respected. Be a lion. A sheep follows the leader. A lion leads. It's about having the courage to stand and fight for your life. Having the strength to go your own direction, even if no one believes in you. Follow your heart. Only you know what is best for you. Only you know the path to take. You have the heart of a lion inside you. Let it out. Don't fit in. Stand out and use your gift.
The lion is certain. There are no maybes with the lion. This is my decision and I will attack until the outcome is mine. No one will push me around. No one will tell me where to go or what to do. If I want something, I will go after it with everything I have inside me. The sheep is not certain. That is why the sheep follows the herd, not knowing where they are going, not caring, just drifting through life, being pulled and prodded, being sheared from head to toe until there is nothing left to give. And that is what I see in many of you. Life, the world, and society is shredding you of your very self. Head to toe, you lose your own unique footprint. You become what others want you to see, not what you want to be. Don't let anyone push you around. Be like a lion. Roar so loud with your own spirit that no one will doubt you ever again. No one will question your goals. No one will dare challenge you again, because you certainly will shine through like the lion.
Yeah, I mean.